AFCI circuit breakers are not suitable for ice or snowmelt applications where ground fault circuit interrupter protection of only 30 mA is required. There are several reasons for this. Firstly, AFCI circuit breakers provide arc fault protection, not ground fault protection. Secondly, AFCI circuit breakers trip a higher currents, typically 5 to 10 amps, than ground fault circuit interrupters. Ground fault circuit interrupters, on the other hand, are specifically designed for protecting against ground faults, such as those that can occur in wet or damp environments. They trip at much lower currents, specifically 30 mA, as required for ice and snow melt applications. The National Electrical Code requires ground fault circuit interrupter protection for outdoor electrical outlets, including those used for ice and snow melt systems. The National Electrical Code specifies that the ground fault circuit interrupter trip current must be 30 mA or less. Because AFCI circuit breakers do not meet the code requirements for ice and snow melt applications where ground fault circuit interrupter protection of only 30 mA is required, ground fault circuit interrupters must be used for these applications. Arc fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect against fires caused by arcing faults. An arcing fault is an unintentional electrical discharge between two or more conductors. These faults can occur for a variety of reasons such as damaged insulation, loose connections, or corroded wiring. Arc fault circuit interrupters work by detecting the unique electrical signatures of arcing faults. When an arc is detected, the arc fault circuit interrupter will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the flow of electricity and preventing a fire. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect against electrical shock caused by ground faults. A ground fault occurs when electricity flows through an unintended path to ground. This can happen if someone touches a live wire or if there is a short circuit in an appliance. Ground fault circuit interrupters work by detecting the imbalance in current flowing through the hot and neutral wires of a circuit. If there is a ground fault, some of the current will flow through the ground wire instead of the neutral wire. The ground fault circuit interrupter will detect this imbalance and quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the flow of electricity and preventing an electrical shock. The 30 mA trip level is important for ground fault circuit interrupters used in ice and snow melt applications because it provides a high level of protection against electrical shock. A 30 mA current is generally considered to be the threshold at which electrical shock can become dangerous. By tripping at 30 mA, the ground fault circuit interrupter can quickly cut off the flow of electricity before a person is exposed to a dangerous level of current. There are different types of ground fault circuit interrupters. Firstly, there are circuit breaker ground fault circuit interrupters, which are installed in the electrical panel and protect an entire circuit. Secondly, there are receptacle ground fault circuit interrupters, which are installed in place of a standard electrical outlet and protect only that outlet. Thirdly, there are portable ground fault circuit interrupters, which can be plugged into standard electrical outlet and provide temporary ground fault protection. When choosing a ground fault circuit interrupter for an ice or snow melt application, it is important to select one that is rated for outdoor use. Outdoor ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to withstand the elements and provide reliable protection in wet or damp environments. It is also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation and testing. Ground fault circuit interrupters should be tested regularly to ensure that they are working properly. To test a ground fault circuit interrupter, press the test button on the device. The ground fault circuit interrupter should trip, cutting off the flow of electricity. If the ground fault circuit interrupter does not trip, it should be replaced immediately. In summary, AFCI circuit breakers are designed for arc fault protection, tripping at 5 to 10 amps, while ground fault circuit interrupters are designed for ground fault protection, tripping at 30 mA, as required by the National Electrical Code for ice and snow melt systems. Therefore, ground fault circuit interrupters must be used for these applications to ensure electrical safety and code compliance.